everyone. It is Self-Care Sunday. Sunday, I tell you. Self-Care edition. How are you tonight? What are you and especially you grateful for this Sunday night? The 12th day of March. What is going on, folks? What is happening in your world tonight? That is what I want to know. And I want to know if my screens will come up. There's my screens. They're coming up. Oscar night. And my computer's thinking, what's going on in your world? Hey, Carrie, how are you today? How are things in Florida? I was checking on Angie earlier, working on your website, which was coming out. I'm doing some nice things here. Tonight. What is happening in your world? We are broadcasting on both Facebook and YouTube. Cassandra will have the link there in the show comments there for you shortly. If you have any problems with YouTube, don't worry. Adding lots of inventory. Yes, that is great. That is great, Carrie. I'm very proud of you for the work you're doing on your business, both in store and online. You are working it. You are working it, and I am proud of you for it. Hey, Julie Jankowitz, how are you tonight? How are things in Illinois? I hope all is well where you are, where everybody is. I know I am intruding on Oscar night, and I know a lot of you want to see what everybody's wearing. I'm wearing black and navy tonight. That is what I am wearing. Black and navy. That is what I am wearing tonight. This is a black Under Armour, and these are navy pants. Uh, Slushy, Illinois. Well, we're supposed to get some of that, I think. There's the link from Cassandra. If you have any problems with Facebook, hop right on over to YouTube. I am right there. I even remembered to take the camera cover off, which I can't say I remembered at first. Let me get started tonight because I'm up against battery, and I know I'm up against better fashion than an Under Armour polo. Better fashion than an Under Armour polo. It was only in the 40s here, though, today, Julie, but it felt nicer than that when I went out with Nana for a little bit today. Let's get started with Stay Positive, folks. Tonight we're on page 200. In life, you have a choice between two roads, the positive road and the negative road. The positive road will lead to enhanced health, happiness, and success. And the negative road will lead to misery, anger, and failure. Choose the positive road today. There you go. There you go. The positive road, people. That is what I am telling you. Choose that. So I got three things tonight. Three things. I'm not going on my scheduled topic of continuing leases because I know so many of you are watching the Oscars and are paying more attention to what people are wearing and who's slapping who than me. So I am going to leave that to that because I know a lot of you are going to watch this play and we'll pick up on retail space later in the week. So one thing to note, okay, and it's funny because, hey, Kelly, how are you tonight? How are things in Albuquerque? I hope all is well in your world. Things are interesting. One point of note at the Oscars tonight that isn't getting a lot of buzz. Maybe it is on the TV because I'm not watching the TV, but maybe it is getting buzz now because you can actually see it. But there is no red carpet. There's no red carpet tonight. Okay. And I found that very interesting. So no red carpet. And they went with what looks like white, and it's actually they're calling it champagne carpet. Okay, which is not the color that I would go. I mean, you're stepping on it all, and it's gonna show all. It's gonna show all the dirt. Why would you go with that? Why would you go with that? So um, that is my Oscar note. That is my Oscar note. Besides Under Armour polo in this year at the Oscars, you heard it here. Um, warm, sunny, and windy. Well, I'll take some sunny. I don't like the wind, but I'll take some sunny there, Kelly, and warm. Although I say it felt warmer. I had a sweatshirt on earlier. It felt warmer today than it looked. I was really surprised. I went out to the cars to make sure they all updated the time on it and everything, and I was like, "Oh, it's kind of warmer out here than it was." And it's better. So the main thing I want to talk about, because I've had a lot of people reach out about it, concerned about it, is SVB, Silicon Valley Bank. And for those of you that don't know, Silicon Valley Bank is a bank with California branches and Boston area branches or Massachusetts branches. And until Friday was the 16th largest bank in the United States. It's the 16th largest bank by asset value in the United States until they were taken over by the FDIC on Friday. And this has had a lot of people concerned. Okay, not necessarily because it delayed your direct deposit payroll. Okay, the money came out of your account, Kelly, but didn't go to your employee's account. You don't bank with Silicon Valley Bank, but your payroll processor did, and Etsy did, and Fair did, and all these people did. Okay, so what is this in your world? For most of you, it is. This is not the start. I'm not here. The sky is falling on you. Okay, I'm not here on that. I don't expect massive bank closures. This isn't 2008. This also isn't the savings and loan debacle of the late 80s, early 90s. Okay, this is different, but it's still concerning. Okay, it is still concerning because of the number of companies that do something with them. Okay, and had money. The biggest concerning part is, so FDIC deposits are insured up to $250,000 per depositor, not per account, per depositor. So that is an important distinction for you to be aware of. So you are insured by the FDIC in a United States bank in a deposit account up to $250,000 per depositor. So that is an important point to know. Okay. In Silicon Valley Bank's case, 93% of the deposits are uninsured. Okay. Now, with being the 16th largest, you're going to get something from the asset sales and other things if you had an uninsured account. But there's a lot of uninsured money. So what that means is you're going to have companies that you may do business with. Okay, it may not be you that has a cash crunch right now. It may not be you directly that has a problem, but it may be one of your vendors. It may be one of your vendors that has a problem. Okay, and so that your vendor may need payment sooner. Okay, so you may have bought from a small vendor. You may have ordered candles from someone or jewelry or something for your store, and you normally have net 30 terms, and that vendor's got, or net 90 terms. Maybe they were very generous with their terms, but now that vendor is experiencing a cash crunch because they don't have access to all their funds or their line of credit that they had with their bank if they were entirely with them. So you're finding a lot of businesses that you didn't expect, like Kelly's Payroll, okay, are connected to this. Right, your online payroll company used it. So, but they took the money from you, but they weren't able to pay your employees. And so there's a lot of that going on out there. I expect every store in here to be made to be fine. Okay, every store that tunes into me, I think is going to be fine, although there's going to be some hiccups. Okay, like the payroll hiccup. And that really screws people up because if your direct deposits, a lot of people have payments that go out in line with when their direct deposit arrives. And when that doesn't happen, it messes things up. And so, you may have to pay somebody's overdraft to make that good. And that's okay because it's more important to keep a good employee than to tell them that it's somebody else's fault. So if it costs you, $100 in paying your employees overdraft fees, pay it. If you have to loan your employees some money, even though it's already come out of your account, do it. Do it because it's important to keep your employees. If you have to pay a vendor early because that vendor is having a cash flow crunch, don't hold it against them. I mean, they banked in good faith with these people too, and they're hurting and you want them to survive. So if you can pay them early, pay them early. So that is the key with this. Be human, be caring, be compassionate, caring, compassionate. Um, treat people like you'd want to be treated if your money was tied up with this bank. And some of you, it's just payroll. Some of you, it's vendor payments. Um, some of these small vendors on Etsy, Fair, other places are tied up. All these different places. The banking world is extremely small in the whole scheme of things. Okay, extremely small. And, so I'm not going to be the one that tells you that there couldn't be another bank failure. There could be. That's why I tell you you're insured for a deposit account up to $250,000. And crypto is not a deposit account. Crypto is not a deposit account. I've had people with that lose their shirts with crypto already this year. Uh, Crypto is not a deposit account. So know that. Just know that, so basically per bank that you bank with, okay, husband and wife considered one depositor in most circumstances. Per bank that you bank with, um, you're insured up to $250,000. If you're sitting on a boatload of cash, which sometimes isn't a bad thing, depending on the size of your business or the other things that you have to do, just know that that is what you are insured up against. Because the people that had less than that, $250,000 or less per depositor, on Monday will have access to $250,000, up to $250,000. So this bank was seized on Friday. On Monday, all those people's accounts will have their money up to $250,000 in their account without a problem. And that is the way it is supposed to work. That is the way it's supposed to work. Um, I understand as you get bigger, as you have bigger amounts that you deal with, that can become a bigger issue. Um, but know that, it's also, I'm a big believer in local banking as much as possible. So that is my area there. People that still have to see you in the grocery store if their bank goes under is sort of the way I look at it. And so I am a big believer in the community banking. Um, and so the bigger banks tend to have the fancier tools, like Kelly's online payroll company. The tech has fancier tools, and it's cool and it's slick than maybe the community bank doesn't have. And with that, um, there's potential risk. So know your exposure, know your limits, and more than anything, take care of your community, take care of your employees, take care of your customers, take care of your consigners, take care of your traditional retail suppliers. If you have any that are hurt by this, and you can help by paying your bills sooner. That really does help. The other thing, and if you have any specific questions, about situation or your exposure or your bank, don't hesitate to reach out. I tell you all the time, email me, NEIL@com, NEIL. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about briefly, because I know I am in between you and something cool, me and the Oscars, okay, is uh, it is right. So Kelly, that's correct, and I would have done what your accountant said to do. So I agree with your account. Pay people, okay, and take it back and then slowly is my other side of that. So at the moment, you're out two payrolls. So let me come up to that question for a second. And some employees, if they get the direct deposit, will be like, "Hey, I can give this right back to you now." And if they can, that's fine. But I'd also be okay. Okay, I also be okay, and I know this puts a strain on you as a business owner. Okay, I get it. I understand the strain. I mean, this is in my world. This is a three payroll month. I get it. Okay, I never liked three payroll months. I know it's all averages, but I still never liked three payroll months. Okay, I'd be okay taking it over several payrolls to make your employee's life easier. So deducting it over the next three payrolls, the next four payrolls, rather than taking it out, taking all your money back the next payroll or as soon as they get it. Okay, most of us have people that aren't just fly by night people. If that helps them a little easier, that you take it over four payrolls or three payrolls or something, um, being gracious like that um, is good for them. You got to also understand and have the caring heart for what they went through when they went, and how their heart dropped and how they lost confidence in you, even though this is your fault. Okay, when they woke up and the money wasn't in your account. Okay, understand what they were like. Okay, they woke up, they looked at their phone, and they're like, "Hey Kelly, I didn't get paid. Where's my money? You didn't pay me." Okay, and I know this is somebody else's fault, but know what that feels like. And so if it takes a little bit longer, just a little bit, to get your money back, I'm okay with that. And I know the strain that puts on a small business. I know it, but I'm more concerned on the strain that it puts on your staff. I'm more concerned about that. And my guess is, even if you needed a short term cover for your bank, they would cover you. Went and talked to them. So just know that, and that's the angle that I come at it from. That's the angle that I come at it from. But I know that's hard. I know that's hard. So know that. The other idea I wanted to drop at you tonight, the other idea I wanted to drop at you is mindset. I want to drop mindset. Okay, today we spring forward. We literally spring forward. We spring forward. Your clock comes forward. Actually, I admit to getting screwed up. Usually, I change the clocks the night before. I know all the young folks just look at their phones. Okay, use the phone as their alarm clock and everything else. And um, today, we spring forward. We sprang forward. Like, you know, um, we needed to use alarm clock someplace else in the house. And so she asked me what time it was, and I'm like, oh, it's 6 o'clock. And I'm like, okay. And then a while later, I'm looking at the computer. I'm like, it's almost 8. What happened? And then I went, hey, you sprung ahead today. And so my question to you, okay, putting aside the whole time thing and whether we spring ahead or just be on the same time all year round, what are you going to do? What mindset shift? What mind shift are you going to do to bring your business ahead? Okay, what are you going to do to bring your business ahead? in the next month, the next 60 days? What are you going to do to march forward, bring ahead in your business? And that's a heavy question. That's not a question to lightly. That's a question to look at and say, what can you do? Can you challenge yourself to take 10 more items a day? Can you challenge yourself to stay early? Can you challenge yourself to do an extra live? Can you challenge yourself to sell one item extra every 10 uh, sales? What can you challenge yourself to do to bring your business ahead this quarter, this month, this next 60 days, this spring period, which technically doesn't start for another little bit here. But what can you do? That is my question to you tonight. How will you spring ahead in your business? How will you make it happen? I'm not in view. I'm making it happen on screens. Hang on a second. How will you make it happen? Okay, that is what my question is how will you spring ahead? So that is what I want you to contemplate as you watch the Oscars tonight. As you wake up in the middle of the night with an idea, how will you spring ahead? That's what I want you to think about. That's what I want you to come back here and talk about on Wednesday. Because you know what? This video and everything you're taking on the marketing more each month challenge. I love it. I love it, Julie. You've been planning much. That's okay. That's okay. You've got the answer. And that may be an answer for somebody else, but you have to make it personal. You have to take ownership of it. You know, Julie, you've been taking on planning and as part of that. Okay, and seeing the results of that effort. So what will you do? What will you do? You know what else you can do is this video and everything I talk about. This video and everything I talk about goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, ring the bell so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help them spring ahead to a better business in 2023. There is lots of business to be had if you are out there willing to go get it. I am here every Sunday and Wednesday at more 8 than ish. Sunday and Wednesday at more 8 than ish. But if you have a question in between, just email me, Neil, Neil at nextlevelresale.com. Neil at nextlevelresale.com. We start the program every night with the Stay Positive book. Tonight, we're on page 200. In life, you have a choice between two roads, the positive road and the negative road. The positive road will lead you to enhance health, happiness, and success. And the negative road will lead to misery, anger, and failure. Choose the positive road today. Research from the Heart Math Institute, heartmath.org, shows that when you have a feeling in your heart, it goes to every cell in the body, then outward, and other people, and fade away. Instead, feelings transmitted by your heart. This means that you say you are broadcasting to me how you feel. You are either broadcasting positive energy or negative energy. After your passion, indifferent or purpose. What are you broadcasting, people? Broadcast the good stuff. That's what I'm telling you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abrams, and I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, an Oscar party. I don't know. We will party, and I will be there with you. But until then, know that you and you, but most importantly, you, yes, you're not alone running the store. Have a great night, everybody. It's time for dessert.